Hey guys, Bushcraft family back again with another video. And this being Friday, it's Red Shirt Friday, meaning remember everyone deployed. Very special meeting again for this week. Hoping everybody, our military and citizens come back safely. But here at home, we are in, well, all across the world actually, we're in dire need. There's the last couple of years we've taken very big, actually 3 years I believe. Wheat has taken a big hit, be it drought, freak blizzards, rain, or whatever the case may be. We're looking at some bad times coming up for the good old slice of bread. So the main reason of this is try to get people to get out there and get some of these supplies before they're gone, if you can still find flour and stuff, pasta and things like that. Let's go ahead and switch over here real quick. Make sure we get switched. Yay! Okay, right here, the wheat supplies are shrinking, and it's bad news for bread prices. Yep. And we're going to kind of skim through this a little bit until we get to the other pages. What do we got here? Drought and heat continue to fry Canada's wheat in July, months after a brutal winter hit Russian crop. Those losses will only be partially offset by grains elsewhere for a crop planted on more land globally than any other and used for basic foods like bread, pasta, and breakfast. But let's go ahead and scroll down here a little bit. Consumers are going to see higher prices, no question about it. James Doyle, Executive Vice President at King Milling Company in Michigan, said in an interview, the price that we pay for wheat as the future rises, whatever the price is at the time a baker calls it, gets translated right then and there into flour prices. I want to show you a little bit what we're talking about here. And this is the Wheat Export Price Index calculated by London-based International Grains Council is now up 46% on the year. That's right now, and that's a big jump. You usually see 5 to 10%, but 46%, and they're saying it's going to even double that. So, with all the shortages we're getting from the winter crops here in the United States that were just annihilated, and then last year we had that the freak wind thing. It destroyed crops all over the place. It's not looking good for wheat. And the more this goes on, the more shortage we have. They're saying come next year we could be paying $10 for a loaf of bread, for the bread that's like $4, $5 right now. It'll be going up to almost $10 a loaf. $10 a loaf for a loaf of bread. That is nuts. And with all that talk, scientists is going to pop up here And we got researchers at the University of New York, or York, have created a new modified wheat variety that increases grain production by up to 12%. Wheat is one of the most important food crops in the world, providing 20% of human calories. With ever increasing global food demand, increasing crops, yields, and basically they're talking in 5 years we won't have enough wheat to feed everybody in the world. And they're talking like we will only have enough wheat for 42% of the world in 5 years. That's shocking. That's a lot of people that won't be getting that wheat and stuff, and it's crazy. And some of the stuff they're doing with this, they're increasing the protein of it, and yeah, 50% in 2030. That's what they want to have with this new, whatever they want to call it, modified wheat, where they go in and change the genes and stuff like that. I don't know, guys. And then let's go back over and talk about the wheat and stuff. And this is to get people out there to go out there and get that. If you still have it on your shelves, I suggest everybody to go out and get some flour. Don't forget yeast. Yeast is very, very important. I always get it in the jars, and I stick the jars in my freezer. It just lasts way, way longer. For storage for bread or for flour and stuff like that, you can get the big Marley. Oh, can't talk. The bags, and you seal them up. Make sure you put the flour in a freezer beforehand, and then seal it up. Putting in a freezer kills any of the eggs or bugs that may be in the flour, because you don't want to seal a bunch of eggs up, because by the time you go to use that yeast, or not yeast but flour, it'll be bad, and you don't want to waste that stuff. It's going to be very important. And as you can see here, this is the heat that we have been getting, and they don't show Canada up here. Canada took a big hit from right here over. I don't know if you guys can see my little mouse running up here, but right in here there's a lot of wheat grown in Canada that we get in the United States also. Let me see where I can see this at. I had something on here I wanted to show everybody. Oh yeah, this is the price. The price is going up 25 to 40%. Yes, just think. They're talking, like I said, in this year it's going up 46%. And that the year's not even over yet, so we still have a few months before the year is done. So if it's going up 46% now, and this is the wheat. Once it gets processed and made into flour and stuff, the price goes up. And we may not see that price until next year. So if it's going up 46% this year, and they're saying it's going to go up another 50% past that, we're looking at a very, very high price for bread. Bread's going to be like, it's going to be like a delicacy pretty soon. Only the rich people get to have little sandwiches and stuff. And you got to stop and think of everything else that the wheat. You got your cereal, you got your pasta, spaghetti, macaronis, and all that stuff. All that price is going to go up. So what what I'm trying to get out there is, if you can go to the store and get some of that pasta, put it back. There's pasta you can pretty much, you don't, it can last 3 or 4 years by just sitting in a box by itself. If you wanted to save it longer than that, you can stick it in a bag and oxygen absorbers or whatnot. But get that flour, get all the stuff that you need that you're going to need to make bread, yeast. Like everybody told me, if you can't find yeast, learn how to do sourdough bread. But this is something major that we're gonna. It's a must-have right now to get that stuff before it's gone. Last time I was at the store, I did a video a couple weeks ago. I showed the flour and stuff. You could see 1 or 2 bags at the front of the shelf, but in behind that shelf there was nothing there, and that's going it's going to start in the small little cities and towns, and it'll gradually start moving out. And right now the bread aisles are slim pickings. Again, pasta is, you can hardly find it anymore. This is in my area now, guys. Like I said, I'm in a small community. That means the demand for them to get a bunch of stuff in here is not that great. They want to make that money off of the big cities, so we get the leftovers basically get to our store, if it even gets to our store. But eventually, it's going to start moving out to the bigger cities. It's just it's business. That's the way it goes. And like I said, I'm trying to get people to understand. Eventually, if you don't see shortages right now, you will see shortages. And if you don't see shortages right now, you're seeing higher prices. The cost of living has went up so much. It's crazy. Yeah, here's that what I was going to show you guys. Let me go ahead and switch over. Yes, West Northern Plains and Southwest Key U.S. growing regions, certain types of wheat, according to a July report from the USDA. Approximately 98% of the county's spring wheat production is in an area with it really bad. And where I read this before down here, it said something about the conditions are very poor because of the drought. So we lost like 90% of our wheat this year. That doesn't count the winter. This counts the spring. So you're looking at a big loss. And the government has a wheat storage that's pretty much empty. Pretty much empty is from what I've had. One of my viewers sent me an email about and said our wheat is I forget what they call it. It's storage for wheat, but it's pretty much gone. I said they're scraping it from the bottom. So guys, this is dire. I know it's not something that you would grow at home unless you had big fields of it, or a big field, I mean. But it's something to think about. Get out there and get that wheat while you can. And with that said, I want to thank everybody for watching. Please like, share, comment, and let me know how your flour and pasta situation is in your area. Until next time, God bless.